Every day, I walk out my front door in Venice, California, and there they are, signs of the so-called green rush. California's medical marijuana industry was born in the mid-90s, when cancer patients reporting pain relief as a result of smoking marijuana were granted compassionate use of the drug by the state's voters. Now, 15 years later, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. There are about 1,000 marijuana-selling dispensaries across the state. They exist in a legal gray area. California law permits them. Federal law does not. It's confusing. So to understand how the marijuana industry works, I decided to visit a doctor I found on Google. It's now 11 a.m. in Los Angeles, and I'm on my way to get my medical marijuana recommendation from a physician.
How you been?
Good to see you. Okay, so how do I go about getting a medical marijuana doctor recommendation letter? The doctor explained the ballot measure passed by California voters back in 1996 led to the legalization of marijuana on compassionate grounds as a treatment for specific diseases.
You know, like glaucoma and AIDS and cancer and I think 10 conditions.
But the law contains a clause that allows doctors to write a prescription for any condition he and the patient agree upon. In other words, marijuana can be prescribed for whatever ails you.
Sleeping, anxiety, are those issues?
Not really. A few tests.
Perfect. 110/70. And take breath through your mouth.
Some more questions.
What kind of pain?
It's like a dull, kind of throbbing pain. And just like that. Am I supposed to smile, not smile?
Smile, strike a pose, whatever you're feeling.
All right, here we go. I had a photo ID that would be accepted at dispensaries across California. So can I go in today?
It's active already. Right now it's active. I just have to sign it.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Okay, 45 minutes later, I now have a doctor recommendation to purchase marijuana in the state of California, but the federal government would still consider me a criminal. With this piece of paper, I can now legally grow 12 plants and possess 8 ounces of marijuana, an amount that could send me to prison under rarely enforced federal laws. I'm even allowed to bring my medicine through airport security at LAX. If I land in the wrong state, however, I could land in jail. My next stop was Colorado, where state government has stepped into the marijuana business as a partner. So I can't help but notice that we are catty-cornered to a police station. You ever think that you'd be selling massive quantities of marijuana right in front of the police?
No, never.
This is Dan, the owner of a chain of 3 marijuana dispensaries in Colorado.
The mayor's come by, the chief of police has come by.
And they're supportive?
They're very supportive. It's been a great community to work with.
He says politicians here are supportive of medical marijuana for a very good reason: money.
Once you were able to show the state the sales tax numbers, and once you got them hooked on that and their budgets therefore tied to that number, we were entrenched into the state's budgetary process, and that gave us protection.
Back in 2000, Colorado voters amended their constitution to allow for medical marijuana. The state jumped in with both feet. It created a new branch of government specifically charged with regulating what is now the only for-profit medical marijuana industry in the country. And the industry is booming.
It's not just the money that the states can make, but the employment base they can improve. They could lease up buildings. They could hire electricians, plumbers. It never ends on how many branches that a new industry can provide for.
Before starting this business, Dan was a banker.
I got laid off in 2008 when the credit crunch occurred, and after that I was looking to buy a liquor store, and I was looking for essentially a recession-proof job that I would never go through another layoff.
Instead, he turned to marijuana. The allure was pure business, a growth opportunity during the worst economy in 80 years.
Here is where you kind of begin to see all of the products that we're able to provide to our patient base. This is all clean, Colorado-grown cannabis.
Young as it is, Dan's business is growing so fast, he may soon stop accepting new customers because his dispensaries can't meet demand. And you pay taxes?
Absolutely. Sales taxes alone, I pay no less than $20,000 a month.
Across the state, about 3,000 people are employed in the marijuana industry. About 150,000 residents carry medicinal cards, with roughly 1,000 new cards issued every day.
So this is where the magic happens.
This is where a large portion of it begins.
How many plants do you have here?
We have about 800 plants here total.
In order to keep the drug cartels out of the marijuana business, the state's Marijuana Enforcement Division requires dispensaries to grow themselves 70% of the product they sell.
Yeah, it's a lot of marijuana in one place.
This place is relatively small to places I've heard and seen personally.
Really?
This is considered a boutique grow in the state.
Very much so. We're trying to get production to the level to meet demand.
So you can't grow fast enough.
Every time we double up, the weed sells out even faster than previously.
Kelly is one of Dan's chief growers.
There's some flowering room. When plants come in here, they go immediately into flower. So this one here is our Blaze. And if you smell it, it'll have like a hazy blueberry smell.
It does actually have a blueberry smell. Who thought? I'm looking around and I see cameras everywhere. What is this about?
You know, per the state law, we are required to have cameras covering every piece of the process. The State Medical Marijuana Enforcement Division has the ability to flip on their monitors at their offices and look in here.
The bizarre thing about Dan's business is that the state of Colorado is watching, licensing, and regulating it, even though it is in clear violation of federal drug laws. To the feds, this is organized crime, punishable by 40 years in prison. Aren't we all governed by the same federal laws that make marijuana illegal?
Anyone who is selling marijuana is violating federal law, regardless of what the states think about it.
Sam Kamen is a law professor at the University of Denver. He's a constitutional scholar and an expert on marijuana laws.
Does Colorado state law trump federal law?
No, in fact, it's the other way around.
How can they be doing this?
They can do this right up until the point the feds tell them they can't. There's just a conflict. The state is saying, we know what the federal policy is, we disagree with it, we're going to pass our own laws. Congress can't tell states you can't pass laws, but what it can do is come into our state and enforce federal law.
Colorado's U.S. attorney is responsible for enforcing those federal laws. But so far, it appears in Colorado the policy is to do nothing. It looks like a lab in a pharmaceutical company.
It's a glycerin emulsion that we're making. I am a mechanical engineer, and I specialize in mechanical and solvent-based extraction forms.
And it sounds like big business.
There's 2 products we're going to be promoting, and then 3 aspects of it. The social media, which includes the Facebook, the Twitter, the email marketing, and then any press relations that we can garner from it.
This is Dixie Elixirs, a medical marijuana infusion company.
Wow, it's just like any other factory here.
Today it's a $1.7 billion market. In 5 years, it's going to be a $9 billion market.
Dixie takes the active ingredients out of marijuana and puts them into products you eat and drink.
We're a registered facility by the state of Colorado.
Trip Kieber is the entrepreneur at the helm of the operation.
Our flagship product is the medicated elixir. It's a THC-infused product designed to provide medicinal benefit to the patient.
Is it essentially a soda?
I don't believe I manufacture a pot soda. I manufacture a medical elixir. And I believe there's a distinction. I mean, there's tens of thousands of dollars worth of research and development that have gone into that.
This is a trade secret, kind of like having a secret recipe to Coca-Cola.
So goes in as a flavored Kool-Aid, comes out as soda.
So is this the finished product now?
Yes. And ultimately, it is our single most popular product line that we have.
Is this equivalent to like smoking a joint?
That would be the equivalent of 1.5 grams through a marijuana cigarette. Yep.
1.5 grams, that's a big joint.
It is.
Trip says he's invested $1 million of his own money into Dixie.
We have 24 full-time employees and then 4 paid consultants.
And they are one of the biggest suppliers of marijuana-infused products to dispensaries across the state. The range of products is vast, from the pot soda to massage oil to chocolate marijuana truffles. This is their latest product line.
This is a brand new product that's only a couple of weeks old. It's a pharmaceutical-grade cannabis capsule. That is a AM focus.
So there's actually a focus pill?
Yeah, and
I've never heard of marijuana being used to help focus. So where's the raw stuff?
so we're probably... So this product will basically be changed into a liquid format later today.
How much is this?
This is just approximately 5.9 pounds.
Because you're in kind of this legal gray area, the feds must look at you not just as a dealer, but a drug kingpin. You're manufacturing on a massive level. Does that make you nervous at all?
There were a pair of red dice on my desk. That's to remind me that there is an inherent gamble.
But Kieber is confident that his fortunes are safe since they're now directly tied to the states, which last year reaped some impressive financial rewards as a result of what has become the legal weed trade in Colorado.
The state of Colorado took in just under $23 million in fees, taxes, and licensing. This year, it's forecast that it'll be close to a $35 million windfall for the state government. And so you take the medicinal aspects coupled with the fact that we're building jobs, thousands of jobs, and putting millions of dollars into the state coffers, you know, I think we're aligning ourselves for what I would call long-term success.